Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam. Once upon a time, there was a great master by the name of Govind Bhagavad Padacharya, and he was sent by Maharishi Vedvyas. Maharishi Vedvyas, you have all heard. If not, he is the one who was during the time of Mahabharata. He is the one who wrote the Mahabharata and many other scriptures. He sent this Govind Bhagavad Pad to the banks of Narmada. He said, you will come to know why I am sending you. This is how the teachers are. We want everything. Swamiji, please tell me this. Swamiji, please tell me that. Swamiji, how to do this, how to do that. No, you go there. Why you have been sent will be revealed to you. Trust that my Guru is telling me to go. There is no question, ifs or buts. Begin. And he went. And he was sitting on the banks of the Narmada river in meditation, and in that meditation he went deep, and for maybe hours, maybe days, we don't know. But in the meantime, the river came in spate and the water started rising. And the people of the village and the nearby towns, they ran and they saw from far away one great yogi sitting there on a little bit higher outside a cave, and the river is coming, and they said, Swami, Swami, help, 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 help. No response. Why? Because he was body disidentified. He was totally absorbed in himself. No answer. And they're screaming away, but there's nobody there to listen to the cries of help of all these people who are in hundreds and thousands. But as they came closer to this Govinda Bhagavad Padacharya, they saw one 7-year-old young boy standing next to him. And when they looked at him, this is for you, it is a recap. So when I come next time to Melbourne, I will ask you the story. So they asked, the moment their eyes fell upon the countenance of this young boy, a deep devotion welled up inside their hearts. And instead of calling out to that Govinda Bhagavad Padacharya who was sitting in meditation, they started, oh, so, young boy, you help us. And they did namaskar, chamatkar, they fell at his feet. And it became a frenzy. And this young boy, when he heard all these people's cries of help to save them from the waters which were in spate, immediately he said, stop, put his hand up. So it can be two ways. It can be that hand up was to calm down the people also, but at the same time to calm down the river also. And the river became calm. And then he moved the hand from there to the kamandalu. You know kamandalu? You have anything here like kamandalu? It's a pot which the sannyasis carry. It has got, it's like a lady's bag but metal. Brass, panchadhatu actually, not brass, panchadhatu. So it's used for bhiksha, it's used for toilet, it's used for drinking water, it's used for everything. So that panchadhatu, and he said, after stopping, and the excess waters of the river came into the Kamandalu, and the Kamandalu was able to absorb all the waters that came. In the meantime, as this whole drama is unfolding, Govinda Bhagavad Padacharya slowly comes out of his meditation, and the moment his eyes fall on this young boy, suddenly he feels that this is what? Advaita Shiva. He is the incarnation of Shiva. This, and an inner voice tells him, just like an inner voice tells you, now I'm hungry. You cannot create hunger. It happens, isn't it? Similarly, this inner voice tells him that this is avatar of Shiva. And suddenly he becomes clear of his purpose, that I need to give him Diksha. Not that he needs a Diksha, but it will be my privilege to give a Diksha to him. And why the Diksha? Because this young boy is going to be a great person who is going to give the Upadesha of the Vedanta or Advaita philosophy once he grows up. And therefore, it should not happen just from someone. One must be a part of the parampara, connected to the divine. And so, first, seeing that it's the incarnation, he feels that way, he bows. But at the same time, that child who has appeared, who is he, you will come to know. He also falls at the feet of the Govinda Bhagavad Padacharya. And then whatever happens, and Diksha can be given in many ways. What are the ways that you know? I'm only looking here. What are the ways how you can give Diksha? What is Diksha? Diksha is to make you confused. So that you lose the plot of life and come to realize yourself. That is what the purpose is. So Diksha is to invoke. It can, first we'll talk about how it is given. It can be mantra Diksha. It can be, when in Sanatan Dharma, when the child reaches 7-8 years old, they give him the Diksha of the thread ceremony. The mantra is given, the Gayatri mantra is initiation is done. When we got our initiation as sannyas, so the thread was taken away. The name was taken away. Everything that we were belonging to before that moment was taken away from us. And a mantra was given in your ears. And what was told? You are of the nature of infinite happiness, Paramananda. You are of the nature of infinite happiness. Go, live it. और क्या चाहिए? What else you need after that? Once you have, so what is that? See, I'm talking about Diksha here. Don't think otherwise. Before it was Swami Paramananda, this person's name was Brahmachari Deepak. Before Brahmachari Deepak, the parents had given a name, something. And many other names everyone used to call. The day I got the name Brahmachari Deepak, I started feeling I am of the nature of light. Deepak means light, a lamp. And always this very famous song from India, Bollywood, used to go on from old times. Jyot se jyot jagate chalo, prem ki ganga bahate chalo. Suna hai na? Jyot se jyot, light, keep lighting the lamps. From one lamp, when Diwali comes, you take one lamp, and with that lamp you light all other lamps. And which is that lamp? Which is coming from the altar. So like this lamp we will take, and from that we will light all other lamps. So, Jyot se Jyot jagate chalo. And after that it says, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो and keep flowing in the Ganges of love, in the flow of love. So I used to believe in that name. And then initiation happened again. And he said, infinite bliss, go live. Now you live up to the name, because everyone is calling you by that name. You believe, you accept, because your Guru Maharaj has given that name, so you accept it. You don't argue with it. No. I'm not. I'm a miserable Ananda. I'm not a miserable. He's saying he's Paramananda, so he must be Paramananda. It must be. He's seeing, he knows me more than I do. It is an initiation. It has come from a parampara. It's come from a lineage. Similarly, Govinda Bhagavad Padacharya, he was a part of a lineage. He was coming from the Vyasa lineage. And he has initiated, and Shankaracharya, then this young boy is the adishankaracharya, who has tricked his mother into giving him permission to take sannyas. You have to do all those things. Normally parents don't listen, so you have to trick them like that. But he gave one word that whenever you need me, I'll be there. And he did. Even at the last breath, he was there with her. So, Diksha. So that is one type. Then there is Diksha can be given only by the look. Just by mere look. You will. Our Swamiji does that many times. Or it can be just a sparsh, just by touch. When I used to do martial arts, that time I had intense pain in my lower back. And the master, the Hapkido master, he was a ninth Dan. There's nothing above that. And he has written books and everything. And one day he said, come on, strip. Came into my undies. He said, now lie down. And he just, all along the spine and the back, he just massaged lightly. Everything over. A spurge of energy. That's what Diksha does. It invokes the hidden potential inside you. And thinking that my teacher, Maharishi Vedvyas, has sent me to the banks of Gangaji, Narmadaji, and telling me that you will come to know your purpose when you get there, I think this is my purpose. There's no doubt about it, that I must initiate this young fellow, and it is my privilege, because I can see that he is going to be a propagator of the advaita philosophy in the future. And he does it. And then he says, child, who are you? Naturally, he doesn't know what the name is, who is he. He came to know that he is Advaita Shiva's avatar, incarnation. But who is he? From where he has come? Nothing. So he says, who are you? Now, this young 7-year-old boy who has not studied anything, not come under any tutelage, any Guru Maharaj, not studied any scriptures, not gone to any ashram. He says, what can I tell him? He's thinking, what can I tell him? Who am I? And he starts saying, in the first verse, we are going to recap for you guys in Melbourne. He says, न भूमिर न तोयम न तेजो न वायुः न खं नेन्द्रियं वा न तेषां समूहः अनेकान्तिकत्वात् सुषुप्त्येकसिद्धः तदेको वशिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम् तदेको वशिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम्. Neither the Bhumi, earth, I will not go into each word in Sanskrit. Neither the earth, nor the water, nor the fire, nor the air, nor the kham, space, Not even the indriyas are your senses, which includes the mind also. And not even if you put all these 5 elements and the senses and the mind together, the aggregate of it. What is the aggregate of it? This stupid thing. So not even that. Then anekantikatvat sushupteka siddha aneka antikatvat. All this variety that I have just mentioned, space, air, fire, water, earth, 5 senses and the mind, and for each one of them, he says they are uncertain, they are changing, they are impermanent. Aneka antikatvat. All of them have a conclusion. All of them end. Seeing ends, dream begins. Dream ends, another 5 senses and mind come there. They also end. Then deep sleep begins. Then deep sleep ends, then waking begins again. Or imagination begins again. Or it's changing. He says, aneka antikatvat sushuptyeka siddha. And when everything is removed, that experience, wakeful experience in the deep sleep, it is like that. And that one who is awake in the deep sleep, tad ekah avashishtaha shiva kevaloham. That one, who is this one? Avashishta. Avashishta means the residue, that which is left over after everything is removed. So after we remove all the furniture and all of you, including me, and photographs and pictures and carpets, what is left?
Space.
You will say, yeah, you will say empty room. Now you take out the room also, then what will left? First floor will be left. Then you remove the first floor also, ground floor will be left. Remove, demolish the whole house, then what will be left? Earth. But he's already said not the earth, so remove the earth also. Then what? Kahan tak jaoge? As you keep, whatever is left. So here, when you are taking it subjectively, the earth is this body, which is pervaded by the air and the fire and the water and the space is providing the space for it to manifest itself. So once everything is removed, including space, because if you think, you will say, oh, space, how can you remove space? Oh, there is, the space in the waking is different from the space in the dream. Is it? So once everything is removed, what is remaining? Emptiness. And what is that? Who knows that emptiness? That one, tad ekaha. That one which remains behind after removing everything else, that one is Shivaha. Shivaha, auspiciousness. That alone is auspicious. That alone. Kevaloham, that alone I am, or that alone am I. He is introducing himself to his going to be guru. If I go and say, he say, "Jada bol gaya kya?" You feeling smart? You know more than me. But this is because the teacher also is not arguing. Why? Because he knows this is incarnation of Lord Shiva, and he has asked the question, and that young boy has touched the feet, accepted his tutelage, and then he is responding to the question that was asked. This is his introduction, that none of these I am, what is left behind, that I am, that alone is Shiva, and that alone I am. He doesn't stop here. He goes for 9 more verses. Then next one he says, Na varna shramachara dharma, na medharana dhyana yogadayopi, anatma shrayaham mamadhyasa hanat, tadeko vashishta shiva kevaloham, tadeko vashishta shiva kevaloham. Na varna is, according to the Sanatan Dharma, the human beings why human beings? The whole creation is divided into colors. What are they? The white, the red, the yellow, and the black. Varna is color. Popularly, now I'll tell you what is the popular meaning of that. The political meaning of it means caste. Brahma, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. What does he say? I am neither of them. Then Varna Ashrama, based upon your and that Varna, Brahma, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, is based upon two things. It is not based upon birth, because you are born to a Brahmin family, so you are a Brahmin boy, or you are born to a business family, so you belong to the business community. No, there are many sannyasis who are from business community also. There are many sannyasis from Shudra community also. India is full of saints from all these four categories. We have got saints from all the four categories. You see? And that category is not because you are born. That category of Brahma, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra is directly proportional to your, someone can tell?
Talent.
To your knowledge and
Gunas.
and action. Sydney people are better. After listening all this, still answering wrong answers, giving wrong answers. I have to put it.
You come here, Swamiji.
You can't hear.
You come here, Swamiji.
Then I'm in trouble. Threatening. So based on knowledge and karma. Many people have the knowledge, but they act totally contrary to the knowledge, isn't it? So it's not that. Who is Brahmin? What he knows is he is acting it in his life, and so on. I will just leave it at that. So neither the ashrama. Ashrama is brahmachari ashram, then grahastha ashram, then vanaprastha ashram, and the last is sannyas ashram. So I don't fall into any category. Neither I am a brahmachari, neither I am a grahastha, neither I am a vanaprasth, nor I am a sannyasi. Meaning all these social divisions that are accepted, I am beyond that. Those rules don't apply on me. See? Name dharana dhyana yoga the yogi. He says, I am that which cannot be known through dharana and dhyana. And what do we do? Dharana means, you know what is dharana? You are all yoga teachers or whatever. Dharana means intermittent focus. Intermittent. Dhyan means continuous focus, which leads to absorption, that is called samadhi. So neither intermittent focus can define me, nor continuous focus can define me, nor absorption can define me. I am independent. And then here he says, yoga. Neither yoga can define me, because yoga is union between Jivatma and Paramatma. I am already that, so where's the question of union? What is the biggest joke of spirituality? Seeker is seeking himself, and he doesn't know it, that he is that one. And for that, he goes into books, he goes into organizations, he goes into temples, he goes into everywhere. Does meditation, japa, scriptures. He is the answer to himself. He means any person. He is the answer to himself. The seeker himself is the sought. You cannot objectify the seeker. And when you objectify, then you give lectures like me. The drama has to continue. What to do? Correct, sir? Good. Yeah, at least someone agrees. So, na dharana dhyana yogadavahi. There is there is nothing called yoga, union, which will define me. No, I am beyond that yoga. Then anatma ashraya ham mama dhyasahanat. Unknowingly, or because of the mistaken identity, people have accepted themselves. One has accepted themselves as I and me, aham and mama. Your word is aham and mama. And this aham and mama, I and mine, has taken ashraya. Ashraya means refuge. And taken refuge of what? Anatma. Everything that is other than the self, it has taken refuge. So it has taken refuge of body, it has taken refuge of breath, it has taken refuge of mind, it has taken refuge of memory, it has taken refuge of wife, children. Because everyone is having only referential identity. Everyone is having only referential identity. Tad eko avashishta shiva kevaloham. It is referenceless identity. Referenceless. The reference will only appear when there is someone other than you. So here he is saying, people thinking, not remembering that, or not knowing, forgetting that they are the self, they accept themselves as I and mine, and then take refuge of the anatma and live in that mistaken identity. And once that mistaken identity is cut, thereafter, tad eko avashishta shiva kevaloham. That one who is left after the aham and mama is I and mine is cut away, dissolved in whichever way, then alone, that one which is left behind, that one is alone auspicious, that alone am I. Then now is coming bit more closer. Na mata pita va na deva na loka. Everywhere he is saying no. Yeah, yaad rakhna. If you can digest it, it is good. If can't, you have to suffer. न माता पिता वा न देवा न लोका न वेदा न यज्ञा न तीर्थं ब्रुवन्ति सुषुप्तौ निरस्ताति शून्यात्मकत्वात् तदेको वशिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम् तदेको वशिष्ठः शिवः केवलोऽहम्. Neither the mother, nor the father, nor the gods, nor the planes of existence. Meaning, people want liberation. And when in the name of liberation, they want to go to Vaikuntha, they want to go to Kailash. I just came back from there. Answer is not there. Then why do you go? बहुत बेवकूफ है, सबको लेके चलो. टाइम पास करना है, एटलीस्ट भगवान का था. दे विल सॉरी, वी हैव टू पास द टाइम. सो एटलीस्ट फॉर दैट 19 days they captive audience, they can't run away anywhere, they have to listen to me. Otherwise nobody comes. They only come on Zoom. And they are also thinking Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. There we don't do Om Namah Shivaya, we say Hamsa Shiva Soham. Soham Hamsa Shiva. Sa Shiva Soham Hamsa. Throughout the 19 days, morning, evening, we are just chanting that. And in this way, na mata, na pita, na deva, na loka. Liberation, you can go to Vaikuntha, you can go to Saket. Vaikuntha is the abode of Lord Narayana. Saket is the abode of Lord Rama. Kailash is the abode of Lord Shiva. Satyalok is the abode of Brahmaji. And there are many other lokas. All the lokas are here only. Above the coccyx is the 7th lokas, positive ones of the nature of light, and below the coccyx are the 7 lokas, which are the nether worlds. Tala, Sutala, I don't know all the names. Never can remember them. Maybe I had enough of them. I don't know. So none of these places. So why do people say that we'll go to the Saket, we'll go to Vaikuntha, and that is liberation? If you understand that place, that Lord Narayana is none other than one, who is the self, then no problem. But if you are approaching there objectively, then it is only relative liberation. If you go to any of the lokas, we are talking about the 14 lokas, any of those, it is relative liberation. Will I say like this, that it is relative liberation when I am in a devotional talk? No, I will say it is liberation. But here we are talking about what Shankaracharya ji is saying. But if we understand it correctly, then Vaikuntha can be a doorway to liberation, permanent liberation also. Then, na veda, na yajna, na tirtham bruvanti. They say, who say? Those who are liberated. They say, Vedas cannot take you there. Na Veda. Why? Vedas are objective. I am reading one composition by Adishankara. Like that, Vedas are nothing but compositions may be revealed. Maybe you say it is the word of the Lord himself. But it keeps you, if you are not subjective in your approach, it's only information. It's only information. Like sometimes, you are talking to someone and that fellow, suppose you are there and I am looking at you and you turn around and look, who is he looking at? Many times it happens that you are talking to someone and they said, you're talking to me? Hey, only you are in front of me. Who I'll be talking to? Ghost? No, Swami, I am the ghost. Okay. So sometimes that happens. So that is objective. You are looking at outside. Vedas, you are looking outside. You are reading. Fantastic. It is required. But it is not the end in all. Why? Because until and unless interaction with the Vedas, especially the Upanishads and the Vedanta part of the Vedas, if it is not turning your attention to your essential self, all studies is waste. And it is not that after I study, then I will become introvert. No. While studying, you have to become introvert. Introvert means subjective. So which means what? Right now when you are listening, your attention should not be on what I am speaking. Let the mind focus on the lecture. Where should be what should be your poise? Your poise should be, in my presence, this whole thing is going on. I am that. What is that? What is that power? Because of which hearing is possible. What is that power? That is absent in a dead person but is present in me. Is that power outside of me, that it is making my ears work, listening happen? Or is it within me? If it is within me, is it separate from me? No, it is me only. Then who is me? Be that. Let hearing happen. Every word of the Vedas, of Upanishads, scriptures is only to prompt you, only to trigger you, only to invoke within you to come back to be who you are already. If that is not happening, we are lengthening the journey. Then in the name of journey, we want to do sadhana, we want to study more scriptures, etc., etc. So here he says, na Veda, na yajna. Veda was for intellectuals. Oh, yajna. Yajna, again, yajna is, you can have fire sacrifice. Oh, swaha, 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 swaha is going on. Oh, those karma kandis, they keep doing that. Those who are in Vedas also, majority of the Vedas are talking about the karma kand only. But then yajna has a different connotation also. Our Kathopanishad talks about, we just concluded the Kathopanishad in Melbourne. And Kathopanishad talks about that why you want to, instead of thinking, oh, I have become impure, I have to wash my hands and I have to wipe my hands and then I only should hold the samagri only in these 3 fingers. If this ego finger suddenly touches, or papam, sin, I committed sin, oh my God, again wash hands, again pick it up and again bring it. And then if you throw like this, it is a sin. If you have to throw it like this, you have to offer it. And no Pandit offers like this. They throw, fada, full speed pe, committing sin all the time. So where does this end? And for that, such paraphernalia is required. Fire, wood, the ingredients that are used in the fire should be of the purest quality. You have to take bath, you have to wear fresh clothes, all sub drama. You can't eat. If you are hungry, no, your problem. But you have to do the havan. So here, the Lord of Death in Kathopanishad, he is telling our young Nachiket, he says, instead of that, watch. I'll show you. Every moment of your existence is a yajna going on. Every moment of your existence. The eyes are the havan kund, and all the colors and forms are the ahutis. They are falling in. The ears are the havan kund. All the sounds are the offerings into the ears. Havan kund is that square piece in which the fire is lit. The fire in here is the hearing ability. In eyes is the vision. In the mouth is the taste. Food is offered. In the nose, continuously the breath is coming in and fragrances are coming. All types of smells are. So they are the ahutis for the ear. Same way for the skin, all the different touches, feelings. Same way for the mind. Continuously the ahuti of thoughts, ideas, conceptions, convictions, imaginations, all are by way of thoughts. Memory is also thoughts. Continuously the thoughts are being offered in the havan kund of mind. Wow. Suddenly now you have disconnected from the outside and suddenly your attention is from the outside. It has come into firstly the senses, then to the mind. And for whom? For whom is this? If you put 2 places the attention, I'm going a bit away from here topic, but if you put 2 places the attention, when everything is being offered, all thoughts are being offered to the mind. Normally your attention is where? When you talk about the mind, where is your attention?
On the thoughts.
On the thoughts. Have you ever seen the mind? No. But you know there is something called mind in which or where the thoughts are coming and going, isn't it? You always say, oh, I'm having thoughts in my mind. I'm having confusion in my mind. You use it very loosely, but you have never contemplated on what is the mind. Now, when we take this example that the thoughts are being offered in the havan kund of the mind and the yajna is going on. So what is that mind? Your attention suddenly moves away from the thoughts to the container called the mind, which has got no boundaries, but you are thinking that, what is that? as much as you may try to find a boundary of the mind, you will never find the boundary. But you know that there is something called mind, and that in that all the thoughts are being offered. When your attention shifts from the thoughts to the seamless mind, boundaryless mind, tad eko avashishta shiva kevaloham. There you are. There you are. That very moment. This can be one meditation. Something must trigger it. The second option is that everything is being offered to whom? It cannot be offered to nothing. Oh, it is every thought is only for the I. Who is this I? You shift your attention to the I. And in this way, sushuptau nirastati shunyatmakatvat. In the state of deep sleep, all these are negated and the state is completely devoid of any object of perception. And tirtham. The previous line said, yajna na tirtham. Tirtham is the pilgrimages, holy places. None of them can define or deliver the Lord. They can trigger it. People go, they pay so much money, they go to Kailash. After that also, now taxi is available there for some distance, only if you are in emergency. But while going there, you have to walk. So you pay the money and you have to walk. And you can't eat because you are not feeling good. And all in the name of, I'm going to Lord Shiva. I'm going to Lord Shiva. And after no food, where we went, 56% oxygen available in the air at the feet of Kailash. We touched, hugged, प्यार की झपकी लगा के आए. But 56%. Now, when normally what is the count of oxygen? I don't know, say 100%. Now 56% is available. If there is no oxygen in your body, automatically no thoughts will be there in your body. And no food. And you are exhausted. Because every step you are taking 5 breaths and then getting there. And then afterwards you come back and say, oh, it was a very divine experience. Why it was a divine experience? Because there were no thoughts in your mind. But why were there no thoughts in the mind? Because no oxygen. And no food. See? But we want to keep living in that loop. Why I am saying? Because I have gone 9 times. This is why the mountain climbers, they want to keep conquering a peak. The rush and the feeling of what they feel up there is empty mind. And they are awake. You cannot go to sleep on the top of the peak, man. You are awake and you are exhausted. And in that, it's like, they have achieved everything. And when they come down, again the world, again the traffic, again the food, again unwanted thoughts, they want to run again. That's what I'm doing. See? But if we can duplicate the environment of our mind that was at Kailash out here, in the midst of the world, like many masters, Ramakrishna Paramhans, Brahman Maharishi, Shirdi, Satya Sai Baba, Chinmayanandji, Muktanandji, Lehdi Mahashay, Mahavatar Baba, so many of them, Neem Karoli Baba, Anandmai Ma, all of them living in the world, surrounded by people, surrounded by everything that is going on, and yet totally unclutched from everything. See, that's the knack. It happens. But we have to work towards it. For some people, it clicks in childhood, for some in teenage, for some like us, we have to whiten the beard more, only then it will happen. Or pakna hai abhi. You have to be cooked more by the world, only then it will happen. So, Sushuptau, here he says, that for in the state of deep sleep, all these are negated. Nirastati shunyatmakatvat, and the state is completely devoid of objective perception, but you are there. Again, same thing is repeated. Every second line of the verse is telling you that only, that you are the one left behind and you are that auspicious. I am forgetting. You are not forgetting. I said this many, many times. Mind is forgetting. You are knowing that your mind is forgetting. To think that you are forgetting, you are taking the load on yourself. You are the supreme consciousness. You are the infinite consciousness. You are Satchidanand Swarup. You cannot go out of existence. And you are forgetting that. And remember, forgetting the Atma, you accept yourself as I and mine. So I have accepted the mind as mine, this body as mine, these senses as mine, these relationships as mine, this house as mine, my memories as mine. And having identified with that mind, I am committing suicide every moment. By saying, it is me who is going through all this. You are not. If you are going through, how can you talk about it? Simple equation. If you are going through it, how can you talk about it? You have to be separate from it in order to talk about it. Accept that and live it. And that's what our young 7-year-old Adishankaracharya is introducing himself to his teacher Govindapadacharya. Continuing, na sankyam na shaivam na tatpancharatram na jainam na memansa kader matam va vishishthanubhutya vishuddhatmakatvat tadheko vashishta shiva kevaloham. I'm not going to go into all this. He says all the various paths, like the Sankhya philosophy, the Shaiva philosophy, the Pancharatra philosophy, the Jaina philosophy, the Mimamsa philosophy, the nihilist philosophy. He says none of the philosophies know who I am. No. Then Vishishthanubhutya, I can only be known through direct experience. I am that which is direct experience, because that has never left. And that direct experience can only come about as a result of Vishuddha Atmakatvat, only by purification. Vishuddha Atma. Vishuddha Atma means that Atma which is not attached to anything. Vishuddha means pure, very pure, absolutely pure. So absolutely purity alone will bring about the advent of direct experience. If you think I am going to have direct experience, it will not happen, because again, you and experience are still separate. And self is not something which can be experienced, because you are already that. You say, I am looking at my eyes. Can you look at your own eyes? Can you? But you know there is that the vision is there, isn't it? You cannot look at your eyes, but you know the eyes are there and the vision is there. Suppose that when there were no mirrors, imagine that time. So you know there is, the eye is there. So similarly, what is that? Me, I am there. Because I am there, therefore, body, breath, mind, intellect, waking, dream, sleep, past, present, future, Vedas, gods, Devtas, Lokas, everything is existing only because I am there. Live it. Don't objectify it. Be it. Accept that you are that. What would that will be? Then how will I communicate? Don't communicate. Be. Let everything change around you. And usually it does. People change. Experiences change. Let it happen. What is important? Experience of the world and acceptance from the world is more important, or your acceptance of yourself as the infinite one is important? Which one is more important? And that's why I thank Lord that He put me on this path. Every day I have to talk about this. It keeps making the mind dive back again and again into its source. For that, eyes don't need to close. For that, breath doesn't need to stop. For that, nowadays I don't require people also. Only laptop is required with Zoom. See. Imagine from where we were, all of you are here. Imagine where we were, what we were, how we were, what circumstances we were in, and He has plucked us out. It can be only grace that it has invoked interest. It has invoked the urgency to know ourselves. You go to satsangs maybe once or twice a week. Maybe you listen here and there. We are talking about it every day. We have to live it every day. And I'm not going to tell lies. I'm good at telling lies, but I will not tell lies. Earlier days, it used to be, I have to remember, I have to think what I'm going to tell, what I'm not going to tell. But somewhere something clicked. And now it doesn't, I don't care. I don't care. Because I know that my commitment to that is unshaken. Is our commitment to that who I really am, is it on shaky grounds? Do I have doubt about it? Am I confused about who I am? Or I have accepted without knowing objectively, because everything in this world I know objectively. Without knowing myself objectively, I accept as I am. Then watch the magic happen in life. फिर देखो मजा. Continuing. न चोर्ध्वं न चाधो न चांतर न बाह्यं न मध्यम न तिर्यक न पूर्वापरादिक वियद्व्यापकत्वादखण्डैकरूप तदेको वशिष्ठ शिव केवलोऽहम्. There is neither above, there is nor there is below. There is no inside or outside. There is no middle or crosswise. No direction, east or west. Then what is Vyad Vyapakatvad Akhandaika Rupaha? There is only all pervasiveness like the space. And what is this space? Akhanda. Akhanda means it is homogeneous mass. Partless, without any parts, without any differences, without any sense of duality. Akhanda, Eka Rupaha. It is of the form of one. It is a form of fullness. And it is all pervasive fullness. That one which is of the form of all pervasive fullness, homogeneously, there is no parting in between. That one I am. That is auspicious. That auspiciousness I am. That auspicious alone I am. There is no other definition that applies to me. Continuing, he says, na shuklam na krishnam na raktam na pitam na kubjam na peenam na rasvam na dirgam arupam tatha jyotirakara katvat tadeko vashishta shiva kevaloham. Tadeko vashishta shiva kevaloham. That one that I am, it's neither white, nor black, nor red, nor yellow, nor dwarfish, nor stout, na kupcham, na peenam, na rasvam, na dirgham. Neither it is short, nor it is long, nor rasva and dirgham is short and long. Then what is it? A rupam, it is formless. And it is formless, then it must be dark. It must be nothing, because where there is no form, there is emptiness, there is nothingness. No. Arupam tatha jyotirakara. It is of the form of light. And another word for light is consciousness. So it is formless and it is of the nature of light or consciousness. And what does consciousness mean? Knowledge, infinite knowledge. Which knowledge? Not which is triggered through thoughts. Thought free. In spite of thoughts, that knowledge. So, arupam tatha jyotirakara. That one, tadeko, that one alone is auspicious. That which remains behind alone is auspicious. That alone I am. Continuing. This is what our, who is this? From British. Anyway, the name will come. Na shasta, na shastram, na shishyo, na shiksha, na chatvam, na chaham, na chayam prapanchaha, swarupava bodho vikalpa sahishnuhu, tadeko vashishta shiva kevaloham. Na shastana, there is no ruler, there is no rule. And then there is no shishya, that is a student, and there is no training or there is no learning. Then there is, here he says, na cha tvam, na cha aham. There is no you and there is no me. There is no I. So there is no you, there is no I, and there is no world, na prapanchaha. So then swarupa avabodho vikalpasa hishnuhu, and for the realization of the true nature of the self does not allow any distinctions. Swarupa bodho, swarupa, and then alone, where there are no distinctions. Swarupa means your essential nature. Bodha means knowledge. The knowledge of the self will happen when you are free of all distinctions, free of all differences. Where do you entertain the differences? In your mind. And from beginning of the today's satsang till now, we have been only talking about the first line was, I am not this, I am not that. All are the differences. And the second line is bringing you back to your nature. First you recognize this is where you're caught, drop, come back to your true nature. So rupa bodho vikalpa sahishnuhu, that one, that which remains behind after everything has been deleted and made null and void, that alone is auspicious, that alone I am. Na jagran na me swapna ko va sushupti, na vishvau na va taijasa prajna ko va avidyatmakatvatrayanam turiyam tadeko vashishta shiva kevaloham. Tadeko vashishta shiva kevaloham. There is no waking state for me, there is no dream state for me, there is no deep state for me. Then for whom are these three states?
For the mind.
For whom?
For the mind.
For the intellect. The three states are for the intellect. We can say the mind also. So they are not for me, they are for the mind. Mind alone is expressing as those three. I am not Vishwa, the self identified with the experiencer of the waker state, nor Taijasa identified with the dream state, nor Prajna identified with the deep sleep state. I am really the fourth one. Avidyatmakatvatrayanam turiyam. Turiyam is the fourth state. And which is, what is this fourth state? It is the beyond the three states. And that and what are the other three states? They are only of the nature of ignorance, avidyatmaka. They are of the nature. Why they are of the nature of avidya or ignorance? Because they keep coming and going. Everything that keeps coming and going is of the nature of ignorance. Who am I? Who has never come and gone. I know from childhood till today that the waking, dream and deep sleep have come and gone. The waker has come and gone every day. The dreamer has come and gone every day. The sleeper has come and gone every day. The waking body comes and goes because once I go to dream, the waking body is not available for me. When I go into deep sleep, the dream body is not available to me. Then again I come out, now I got the body. And this is going on from childhood to today. So am I the one who keeps shunting from one state to the other, or I am the one who is knowing that these three states are coming and going? If you have come to know that these three states are coming and going, and I am not coming and going, you are the fourth one. There and then, without closing your eyes, without going into meditation. This is meditation. Contemplation on each of these verses is meditation. If it is triggering you, you are hearing the words, but if it is reminding you that you are that one, don't see, oh, this is wonderful information. I never heard this one before. Lost the plot. Lost the plot. You're not here to please this Adishankaracharya. You are not here to please me. Neither are you here to please Robin and Steve. Here you have come here to recognize yourself, discover yourself, right here and now, without any delay. Apivyapakatvat hitavva अपिव्यापकत्वात् हितत्वप्रयोगात् स्वतः सिद्धभावादनन्याश्रयत्वात् जगत्तुच्छमेतत् समस्तं तदन्यत् तदेको वशिष्ठ शिव केवलोऽहम् तदेको वशिष्ठ शिव केवलोऽहम्. All this universe which is other than the self, apivyapakatvat hitatva prayogat. So all this universe which is other than the self is worthless. Everything that comes and goes is worthless. Don't give attention to it. Our yoga says, Yoga Siddhanta says, what? If you want to look at it from relative point of view, what does it say? That the womb in which you are going to be born is predetermined. Because last thought in this life determines what your womb is in next life. Suppose I die right now, and while talking, Tadeko Vashishta Shiva Kevaloham. But what is that Avashishta? Emptiness. Sadhana will continue. But I missed the point. I should have been the witnessing consciousness. I was thinking, what was the last thought? Emptiness. Or those who are having cats and dogs. And my pillow, my Rocky, my darling, who will take care of you after I'm gone? She's saying, oh, talk. Next life, meow. Meow, meow. You will be born in a very good family. Why? Because you were attending satsang. But attention was on the cat. Okay? So last thought. So yoga says, which womb you are going to be born is predetermined. How many breaths you are going to breathe in this life is predetermined. But everyone thinks, I'm going to live. Ab to stent lag gaya. I'm going to live longer. After stent, I'm going to live longer. She told. Now Swamiji, you got another 40 years. Who wants to live 40 years there? But yes, you want to live healthy. But other people, heart is pumping, everything is good, and they fall while walking and gone in their 30s, 40s. So there's no rule, but we believe that we will continue to live. So how many breaths you are going to take in this life is predetermined. What is the third one? What bhogas, what experiences are going to come in your life? They are also predetermined. Now tell me, what is left for you to do? If your womb is predetermined, your breaths are predetermined, your experiences, that what life is going to present to you, moment to moment basis, is predetermined, what is left for you to do? Good. Correct answer. Witness. अच्छा, ये हो गया. So everything is going to happen the way it is meant to happen. You are free. You are always free. You accept these three, even from yoga point of view. Then what do you do if the choice is given? Don't live for survival. Then what do? You live for liberation, for moksha. Because whatever is meant to come in your life, nobody can take it away from you. You don't know what it is, but you are struggling to live at a particular standard or level, or I don't have a cycle, I'm tired of cycle, I want scooter. Or तुम्हारे life में लिखा है only tricycle. In your life, in your destiny, it is only tricycle. As much as you may try. You can get what you want, but there is a price to pay. You can achieve anything in life if you put efforts and be single pointed, but there is a price to pay. You are going, you understand this thing. I have told in the Melbourne class, people, I don't know if they remember, that the purpose of life is so that you become empty. But what are we doing? In that process of survival and accepting ourselves as the body and as the individual, we are collecting more memories. And these memories become future lives for you. So this life as a human being that we have got is an opportunity. If you allow nature, it will empty you. Whatever is meant to come is going to come, but don't create more data as called memories, because those memories become the destiny of the future bodies. Become zero. That's why yogis are going on. That's why these lectures are going on. And the only way to be zero is come back to the essential nature. So, swata siddha bhavadananya shrayatvad. So he says that worthless, having no existence of its own, for it is well known that the self is all pervasive, recognized as the reality, and that its existence is self proven and does not depend on anything else. Jagat tuchha metat samastam tadanya. The world is tuchha, it is worthless. Swata siddha bhava. The self is self-established. The self is self-illumined. The self is self-knowing. It does not need to be to know itself through a thought. It is self-knowing. It doesn't need a thought. If there is no thought, you still are. Where is your experience where there are no thoughts and you are still there? Just now. Just now. So I purposely gave that gap where I did not speak. You are still there. There was no thought in your mind. I was not speaking. So imagine throughout the day how many thoughts you have. Between two thoughts there is empty. There is no thought. You are still there. So you are not vanished because the thought has vanished. So you, in your presence, the thoughts are appearing, the presence of thought is there, and the absence of thought is there. In your presence. To say that I am thinking and I am forgetting, lost the plot. Then watch videos, how to increase your memory. Tadeko Vashishta Shiva Kevalam. That one auspicious alone I am. The last one now. These are the 10 verses by which he introduced himself to his going to be teacher. And the last one, Na chaikam tadanyadvitiyam kutasyat, na kevalatvam na cha kevalatvam, na shunyam na cha shunyam advaita katvat, kadham sarva vedanta siddham bravimi. He says, it is not one, for how can there be a second distinct from it? So you can't even call it one. So, because till now, what was he saying? Tad ekaha. That one. He says it is not even one. Our Amrut Anubhav by Jnaneshwar Maharaj. In that he says, calling the truth, calling the self, calling the Paramatma as Satchidanand is an abuse to that divine. It's an abuse, he says. Then why we call it Satchidanand? Because we want the word Sat to neutralize, cancel. Sat means truth. We want, or existence, it means existence. So we want to use the word existence for the truth. But this word existence does not stick to the truth. Then why are we using it? Because we want this word to cancel and neutralize what is non-existence. Then chit. Chit means consciousness. We use the word consciousness to neutralize and cancel that which is opposite of consciousness, that is non-conscious, unconscious, whatever you. Ignorance. Consciousness means knowledge. What is opposite of it? Ignorance. Then third is Ananda, Satchit, Ananda. Ananda means bliss. Then why are we using the word bliss? So that we counteract, neutralize misery. That's why these words are used. And by using these words, we wean ourselves away from these negative ones and come to them and then drop them also. Then that's the one we are. Aloneness cannot be attributed to it, not even not aloneness. Na kevalatvam, na cha akevalatvam. So just like sun is beyond day and night. The day does not influence the sun, the night does not influence the sun. The day and night, light and darkness, both are because of the sun. But they have got no influence or sway over the sun. Exactly the same way. Exactly the same way. You are that sun. You are that light, you are that consciousness, you are that truth. That one or two or nothing does not influence you. They are all in the mind only. That language is only for the mind, to impress on the mind what its true nature is. And in this way, it's neither aloneness cannot be attributed to it, nor even not aloneness. Meaning what? This fellow never gets lonely. This one that is left behind, there is no loneliness for it. Out of our loneliness, we keep interacting, we keep engaging ourselves with something or the other. This one is happy within himself, as he is. It is neither a void nor a non-void at the objective level. So therefore, when you understand it from Vedanta point of view, the nihilist philosophy, then what Buddha Maharaj, Bhagwan Buddha, what he said, that it is shunya, means there is nothing. Absolutely, because he's saying it out of his experience that no word can touch it. Our Shastras say, the yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasa, that the words cannot reach it. If words cannot reach it, then is it there or is it not there? No, you are that. So, all these thoughts are for the mind, that it is neither a void nor a non-void. In other words, mind or intellect is not allowed to form any concept, if you see all these words that are being used in the final verse. When it does not admit of a second entity, in what manner can I speak about it, though it is established by all the Upanishads? This young fellow is saying, his teacher, that the words cannot define it, the mind cannot comprehend it, the intellect cannot conceptualize it. And yet, the Upanishads are roaring about the self. The Upanishads are roaring about the truth. They are roaring about liberation. So here this young boy says, in what man can I speak about it? How can I speak about that which the Upanishads are talking about? But this is my understanding about it, that it cannot be talked about, it cannot be comprehended, it cannot be conceptualized. And all these that I have told in the 9 verses, that it is all the language of negation. I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this. But what I am that which is one. And in the end, the last verse, he says, even that one can be talked as one if there is a two, but there is no second. So neither it is one, neither it is the second, neither it is nothing, neither it is and it is everything. So now you work it out. With that note, let's fill ourselves up with the nice food of Robin and everyone else who has brought. I don't know if you were expecting some yoga talk or, but this is what came up, that this is what I'm taking. Probably if you listen again, last 3 verses I'll be expanding when I go back to Melbourne further. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a few moments.